You know what? I'm willing to talk about Halo.
Because we have
I'm pretty sure
So I will mute myself for duration.
we can talk about the new Halo that came, how Halo 3 came out on PC.
Yeah, for real, this shit looks lit.
Well, I bought Halo the Master Chief Collection on my phone over Wi-Fi, so which means that as soon as I get home, I'm gonna try to test it out on my
So in about 2 months?
and play. Huh?
In about 2 months.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta also see if you're coming back, dude. Because Trump's saying like, yeah, fuck everybody who's not coming back.
Okay,
Well, my plane ticket's already booked and it's still booked.
Trust me. My mom had like 3 plane ticket booked, and all 3 of them got canceled. So there's a high chance you're not coming back.
So you might get null, bro. So you might want to check.
Yeah.
I shit you not.
Well,
like
you should just.
It got canceled like the day before she came back. So.
I'm not over here with tourist clearance. I'm over here with diplomatic clearance.
Oh, okay. So maybe you're fine then. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
If my grandma was not a diplomat, I would not be over here.
True.
Okay, can you explain what's up is your situation? Because I'm confused about what you just said.
Diplomats have more power than just a regular.
No, I know. No shit. I'm explaining
diplomats work for the government. Well, obviously, diplomats work for the government.
Yeah, no shit. But
and the fact that my relative is working for the government, she got special permission for me to actually come visit.
So
with the exception that I do a quarantine for a few weeks. That was the beginning when I got here. I'm already almost done with my vacation over here. But I'll be able to come back.
Okay, hopefully. Because if you couldn't come back, it would be kind of funny.
No, if you didn't come back, that would be a legal thing to deal with.
Did you see the thing that Okay, you can keep on talking, Joey. I was gonna say something about Florida. I was gonna save it for later.
Nah, we'll talk about. We're gonna talk a lot about Florida. Florida's just like fucked up in the head.
Oh, you know what I actually wanted to talk to you about, Joey?
What?
Owen was pissing everyone off on our Boeing Discord channel.
By the way, the recording has started for about 15 minutes, just like I
always
say.
Every time, let's go.
That's what I do every single fucking time. You should know by now.
Yeah, that's why I'm used to it. Let's go.
It's been started since we talked about Florida, man.
All right, so who's doing the intro? Because someone's got to do the intro this time.
You do it.
Why am I doing it? Fuck you. I did it last time.
I'll do it.
I did it last time, dude.
Welcome back to the podcast. The reason why you can see the light outside my window is because a certain someone here, our guest, Vincent, is currently trapped in Ireland. So to follow his time, we are doing a podcast in the middle of the day. Really unproductive, but it'll be fun. It's episode
2.
It looks janky as fuck, but
it might not be 2. It might not be 2. The last one that we did are really, really bad, but at the same time, there are some really good conversations, so I might use that part of it.
Well, just save the good parts.
Yeah,
we're clipping it.
It'll be a problem. Like the past
you
2
just
ones
save the good parts, yeah.
Just clip it. Don't actually save the dumb shit that we say.
Oh yeah, it's 2 hour and cut out 40 minutes.
Just clip. Well, good. That's fine.
I can literally only get 40 minutes of footage. Yeah. It can't explain how Vincent just all of a sudden be in it halfway, because it'll be 4-person and jump to 5-person.
It might be easier if you just start. It might be easier if you just start there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. So, what's the topic we're going to talk about today?
I have.
So what do you want to start with?
You guys like the topics, I think.
So what are we starting with? Florida, Halo, or whatever the fuck everybody else says?
You guys can start with Halo. I don't have that much experience with Halo, but you guys can start with Halo.
Alright, want to do this or not? Because then we got to talk about Infinite and then Halo 3 coming on the PC.
Let's not talk about Halo Infinite.
You really want to avoid that?
I don't want to talk about Halo Infinite.
No, now we have to talk about it. Okay, that's it. Halo Infinite first. Fuck you, dude. All right, so let's get back onto the topic. They just released the date for when they're gonna reveal like the actual gameplay. Disappointment, or do you think it's gonna be good?
Disappointment.
Disappointment.
Okay. So, but what kind of level are we going
first
for?
things-
What kind of level of disappointment are we going for? Halo 5 or Halo 4?
Halo 4.
4.
Okay,
I was
that's-
gonna say
I don't think
4.
it's gonna be that.
Okay, that's-
I don't think it's
okay,
gonna be
that's-
that bad.
I mean, they'll definitely learn
one
from the
thing I
mistakes,
do-
but it's gonna be a bad game.
Well,
they have a lot of
it has-
potential in this, but they might fuck it up again.
They
Yeah.
have the same art style as the original games, just in HD quality now.
Yeah, it's gonna look awesome.
It's gonna
No,
be
okay.
back on a Halo ring. I don't know how that fits with 343 storyline.
Oh no. Okay, so I found out the storyline, and I think I know how they're gonna play it out, like villain wise. So it's gonna be more. Remember, like how in the first Halo CE, it was just Covenant, and you didn't know
It
how
was
like
the Covenant and the Flood. Yeah. No, it was the Covenant and the Flood.
Yeah. Okay. So now you're dealing with the Banished, which is basically a branch of the Covenant, and
Yeah, that's
and
from,
what's
isn't
it
that
called?
from
The
Halo
Forerunners,
5?
Cortana. No, I think
Because the
more
real
than-
Covenant is... Oh, because the real Covenant's led by Arbiter now, and there's this other subsection that's just going against them, right?
Well, it was a larger subsection than Arbiters. It's a whole army. The Banished is like super
Okay.
huge.
Joey must be super confused right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just zoning out right now because I never play any of the Halo games.
Just remember,
Well,
this is
you
how
can
it
buy
works.
Master
This is how
Chief
you rank.
Collection on Steam.
So, this is how you rank all the Halo games. First
Yeah.
one is a classic. It's gonna be a classic. 2 is okay. 3
No,
is the
2
best.
is really no. You cannot tell me 2 is okay. 2 is really fucking good,
I
especially the
think 2
rework.
is. I didn't play
rework
the
is a lot
master.
better.
I didn't play the remastered version. That's why.
Okay, I played the remaster more than I played the original. I like the remaster like so much better.
I played the original a lot. That's why I said it's
No, it's
okay.
good.
3 is the. I think 3 is the best.
3 is one of my tops for sure.
Joey,
Reach-
just
Reach is one.
remember this
is
about the
good
Halo
too.
games, Joey. The first 3 games in Halo are the best.
No, Reach was a
4
good
and
one.
5,
Reach was a good one.
4 and 5.
Reach is good,
or,
yeah.
and Reach. I forgot about Reach.
Yeah,
The first 3 games in Reach were good ones. 4 and 5 are mediocre and bad.
No, every one except 4 and 5 are actually pretty good. Because even Halo
Yeah.
3 ODST was like it was
Halo 3
spot on.
ODST. I heard it's
Yeah,
pretty
I
good.
keep on forgetting.
We only don't talk
Here's-
about Halo 4, Halo 5.
Interesting.
Well, Halo 4 is.
It's okay.
think Halo
but
5
it's
is
just like janky. Yeah, for sure.
Do you guys remember
I don't know
the
if it is
misleading trailers for Halo 5?
Oh,
Dude, they were
hell
so
yeah.
off-putting. Dude, that was so fucking off-putting. They looked lit as hell, and it was
They had
shit.
so
the-
much
remember in the-
potential with those misleading
Remember,
trailers.
there's like.
Yeah, I was all
there's
like, you
three
killed one of the
different-
main characters. I was like, holy shit, who am I gonna kill?
There was like 3 different trailers. Do you remember this? There was the first E3 trailer where there's just a giant bird coming out of the sand. You see Master Chief like looking at a freaking like pandit.
Yeah, that was the Guardian with him and his Cortana chip. I
Yeah.
remember that one.
How does that connect to the actual game?
It doesn't. Oh, except
And then there's-
just the introduction of Guardians. That was it. There was nothing else to
And,
it.
and then remember the other 2 trailers like there's like always like Locke always making a speech or Master Chief making a speech and about to kill the other person.
Yeah, but that's better. That's a better storyline. Like you get to know Locke, and then you see either if you want to kill Chief or you want to kill Locke. And people are gonna
Yeah,
pick Locke. People are gonna pick.
That
Locke.
would have been a cooler idea instead of like switching between them.
The only thing that I was happy about of Halo 5 was that they brought back Buck from Halo ODST. That was it. That was only it.
Well, it's because it's Nathan Fillion. That's why. Too.
Yeah, exactly. It was him, and then it was just him playing the same character, but just older. And I was just all like, that's actually badass. Don't get me wrong, I don't like all the Spartans, but those guys I do like, because he was ODST.
I don't even remember. I remember Lock and there was freaking Bug. Because I played Halo 5. I always remember why I hated Halo 5 in the very beginning because I knew it was a bad game. Was me and my brother always play it, like co-op. That's the only Halo co-op game Halo game we never beat co-op with co-op, like local co-op. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they made it online. It was super stupid. And I play online with my friends sometimes, but at the same time, I started playing it again. I was just all like, God fucking damn it, why did I like this game for like a
You
month or two?
cannot.
Because I remember
You
liking it.
cannot.
No, I remember liking it for a month or two because of Warzone and how it reminded me of Firefight. And I was just all like, why did I like this game? I hate it so much. I hate the campaign so
Actually,
much.
I think Warzone's the best part of Halo 5.
Yeah, but no, but the thing was is that it was super like it was it wasn't balanced at all. Like if you had money, Rec was gonna boost
Right.
you up to like how many levels? And it was
Right.
ridiculous.
Yeah, but I think the idea of Halo 5 Warzones is a smart idea.
Well, it's
You
just
should
fun.
bring it back for the. It's just yeah. It's basically an upgraded version of Firefight. Just a lot of people. Because I think how many people get to play? Like 32 people per team, or is it 20 people per team?
No, I think it's 20 on 20, but then it's PVL.
Yeah.
So it's fucking intense. I'm
So,
pretty sure
I
Vincent
think-
hasn't played Halo 5.
Oh no, I haven't. I'm not going to.
Yeah, don't play it. It's not worth it.
Halo
But
5
if
is the
you do,
reason why I sold. Halo 5 is the reason why I sold my Xbox One.
Ah,
yeah, honestly, I
Right.
bought it because I was looking for the hype, and then it was like it was shit. I fucking hated it.
It was a really bad title. They should have. It was a really bad title to start the X. Was it? Didn't it start the Xbox One? What game started the Xbox One?
No, it didn't start the Xbox One, but it started boosting it again. I remember because it was another Halo game.
Yeah.
Games at the launch of Xbox One were like GTA 5.
That's
Yeah.
a good game.
GTA. It was like 6 years ago. It was like super old.
No,
I know.
yeah, 7 years ago.
GTA 5 was on PS3 and Xbox 360. Then it went to PS4 and Xbox One, and now it's going to PS5 and most likely Xbox Series X.
Well, it depends on if they're gonna make a 6 or not, and I haven't been hearing any.
They're gonna take a long time for
They're
that.
taking forever.
Is that or they're gonna make another?
Oh,
So,
it was
at
Dead.
Xbox's launch. At
It's Dead
Xbox's launch,
Rising. Dead Rising was the game.
Nope. That was a wait. Which one? 3 or
Dead Rising
4?
3. 3 was Xbox One. Dead
Like,
Rising 3.
actually, 3 wasn't that
Yeah.
bad, but I didn't like it. I didn't like 4 at all. I fucking
There's
hated
no
4. 3 wasn't
Xbox
bad.
exclusives besides Dead Rising 3 and Forza.
Forza's
They're the
sucked
only.
ass.
Those are the only games that actually were Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been worth it.
When
I think it's just more the
Titanfall-
fact it came out through Xbox. That was it. Oh, Titanfall's a good game. I think that one would have made.
I've never played a
that
Titanfall.
was at Xbox launch. I played the first Titanfall.
Was it the first one or was it the second one?
It was the first one at Xbox One launch.
Okay. I heard Titanfall is really good. I have never played it.
Yeah,
Well,
both of them are
okay,
really
so
good.
Titanfall 2 was the superior of the two games. One reason why people didn't like Titanfall 1 so much is because it's like multiplayer exclusive. Like even the campaign was multiplayer, and whenever you try to play the campaign, you'd be thrown into like either like the level, like the middle level or the end level, and you can never play the campaign throughout.
Oh, that's dumb. It's weird to do
Yeah.
that.
Well, not really. Just forces
there was
you into
also-
interaction.
And then there was also like lack of actual game modes you can play within the game. Like it was limited to like campaign, but everything was just like a capture, was just like a capture style team deathmatch. You know, like you have to capture
I
a
feel
certain, like a hard point or King of the Hill. You know,
I think if you want me, if I know the movement style of Titanfall, I think Halo 5 really took inspiration from Titanfall.
No, not at all.
Or is it Call of Duty Advanced Warfare?
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, Advanced Warfare was
Yeah.
more Titanfall than it was Well, it was both
Something
Titanfall
like
and
Halo
Halo.
5. Like Halo 5. Where did I remember in Halo 5? Can you not wall run on that game? I can't remember.
Yeah, you could wall run. Like they added so much of the mechanics that it was such a shitty
It
idea.
didn't feel like Halo because it didn't feel like Halo.
No, it felt more like Titanfall, but mixed with advanced warfare tactics, and it was stupid as hell.
I'm
No,
but I'm
okay.
really
So,
excited for getting Master Chief Collection on a PC because
Yeah.
I saw
So
that
Halo
you can get
3
Halo 3. Yeah.
okay, so how do you two feel about it? Since I already have it on the Xbox One, but then you two are PC gods, so I need to see how you feel about this.
I'm a mixed breed of PC and Xbox.
I will
Yeah, but I
buy.
feel like you play more. I feel like you would play more PC after this.
I would buy
Yeah,
Joey
I-
Halo Reach Halo Master Chief Collection so we can
You're
play
gonna go
Halo
buy
3.
for him. You're gonna buy for him
I will
on
buy
Steam.
it
Oh, my
You
God.
How
know
much
it's
is
not
it?
sale anymore. Now it's charging
How much
full
is
price.
it? How much is it?
I think it's like $60.
$40.
Holy shit!
$40.
Well, Joey, you have to
And, but you
consider.
get 6 games.
Yeah,
you get
you
like
get-
5 games.
Games for $40.
You get like 4 games automatic, and then there's like a $5 DLC. Like that's it.
It's too expensive as shit.
$45. You get 5 games, Joey. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, for real.
$40, we can buy like a shit ton of stuff.
Okay.
You're never gonna play Halo.
Well, this is Kevin's
Never
money.
played
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
Buy
Kevin,
that.
buy it for me.
$40 with $40 on Steam, you can buy like 5 hentai games.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're not
okay.
going.
Yeah,
We're
we're
not
not.
going. Look,
I'm
Aaron
Asian,
Montero
I-
isn't on this call. Look, Aaron Montero isn't on this call. We can't talk about this shit.
We're waiting for that for a later episode.
Talk about
no.
hentai games? Holy
No.
shit. Oh
No,
my
we are
God.
not bringing up hentai.
No, we'll bring up anime to him.
Oh
Okay, anime,
God.
yes. Hentai, no.
That would be like a monologue for like an hour and a half. Just we
Anime
like,
in
talk about
general,
anime.
like everyone else just quiet as shit and just see him talk about like different type of
It was
anime,
just
like-
him monologuing himself, and we're just on our phones texting each other.
bro. All right, so
Oh god.
are you gonna buy and then are you gonna play it?
I'm not gonna
Is the
buy.
question.
That's the thing.
I'm not gonna buy. You
Thing is, I already have Halo 3, the actual the master what's it called? Like the final edition of it
Mhm.
for Xbox 360. What's the point? I can just play on my Xbox 360 again. I already have Halo Reach on it, but I just don't have. But the only thing I don't have is just the original Halo 2. I actually lost that game. Actually, not lost. This is just really badly scratched.
Ah. So
I
it's
didn't
gone.
play all the original. I didn't play all the original Halo games. I played Halo. But I only played 2 Halo games in my life. I played Combat Evolved, and I played Reach.
Ever played 3?
No, I
never
remember
played-
playing.
I played 2. I never played 2, even though I hear that it's insanely difficult.
Not
And I never
really.
played 2.
Not really. The campaign's not that bad.
It's
The
tedious.
actual, I
I'll
think
say that it's tedious.
Tedious, yeah. tedious. Yeah.
Tedious, but that's it. It's pretty good. Nah.
Halo 3 is the high point. That's just the high point.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about, since we're on Halo, I just remembered this. They just added seasons onto it for customization. They did it for
What do you
Reach
mean?
the first season. So I remember last time for the first season they did Reach customization. So you had to rank up to level 100 just to reach some of the parts for some of the Halo Reach customization stuff, and it was ridiculous. Like the XP
Yeah.
gain was like ridiculous. I think it was like 6 hours for like 5 levels. And it was ridiculous because it wasn't fair. But now for season 2, they added everything. They added more challenges and they added more customization for CE. But they blocked off Reach's customization now. So you can't
Wait,
even
what? That makes no
customize.
sense.
So you
Makes
can't
no
earn
sense.
you can't earn any of the stuff from Reach, but you can earn the stuff from CE now.
I want to earn the stuff from Reach though. Why can't we just be continuous?
I don't know. All I know is, well, I'm currently at level 25 due to the challenges, and I haven't reached level 100, but I doubt they're gonna repeat Reach's customization again.
I'm confused by that then.
Yeah, this is the things that Bungie's doing for the Halo Master Chief Collection, and it's pissing me off.
Well, it's not Bungie. It's 343.
Well, 343, my bad. But still, I think
That's
some.
343.
Yeah, but it's like ridiculous. 343 is just like fucking over everybody right now. Just because of this stupid rank system. Like, you can't even. So basically, for the new players who want to play Reach, they cannot customize their character for either the campaign or multiplayer.
And what's the point?
I don't know. Like, literally, it just sucks for 343. They're losing business.
Is it gonna be the same thing for Halo 3?
No, I think for Halo 3 to do it like in a few seasons later, but I think by then it will be patched out. Because right now it's like super fucking edgy.
Well, my favorite part of Halo is always, and specifically in Halo Reach, was custom games.
Oh yeah, you still have
That was my favorite. I love
they
custom
have a
games in
specific
Halo Reach.
they have a specific section just for custom games and for Firefight. It's amazing.
Vincent, do you ever play custom games on Halo Reach?
I have.
That's the best
What did you
thing
used to
right
play?
there.
What did you used to
Yeah.
play? What did you used to
know,
play?
I think I played Firefight. I know.
You didn't play any of the horse maps?
Yeah.
I don't remember what maps.
Do you have jump? Do you remember Jump Rope, Gio, or no?
I remember hearing about it. I never played it.
Jump Rope. What's the one where it's like all flying cars going down and there's like zombies in the bottom that try to like hammer you?
Oh yeah, that's
I
that's.
remember.
I know what you're talking about. That's
Speed Halo. Speed
Was
Halo.
it?
Speed Halo. Speed Halo.
Oh.
That's what it's called.
Oh my god, that shit was
Dude, I love
scary.
Speed Halo.
Speed Halo was like fucking
Dude,
scary as shit for me. It gave me so much anxiety every time I went down.
Escape the actual, what's it called? Escape the house or something.
I never
There was
played
hide and seek.
hide and seek. I do remember.
And you played. I remember hide and seek. There's cops and robbers too.
Well, Cops and Robbers is basically just the same.
I'm trying to remember all the like Halo Reach maps I had. I have them in an actual flash drive.
Oh my god. That's
There's so many
actually
maps.
sick.
Because I remember I love Halo Reach. Like, dude, this game's my favorite right here. I could not let
Well,
go
it's
of
just
Halo
because
Reach.
customization.
Because it was just a custom games. I think the story's okay for that game.
Well, actually, I liked
this-
Reach. It was actually a good. It was a really good story
I think-
to me.
I like the story. The story's okay in my opinion.
Okay.
I like the characters though.
Oh, the character.
Characters
No,
are
the
my-
characters are fucking. Characters are fucking crazy as shit. Holy
I
crap.
think I like the characters the most out of Halo Reach.
Okay, back to Halo. We gotta talk back to Halo Infinite because I want to say this at least. This shit's gonna either be a really good turnout or really bad outcome.
Oh,
And
remember
I
when
hope
Halo was the big? Remember when Halo was the biggest game of like last year? I mean, like no, not even last year. 10 years ago, you would
Yeah.
actually go wait in line for this game.
No, there would be like every few like fucking. You have to get up at
Yeah,
like 3 in the
I
morning.
remember that.
I remember that, dude. That thing was
I
crazy.
just realized on how protected Joey's trying to stay from COVID.
Like through the
He's wearing
screen, he has a
gloves, too.
mask and everything.
He's
else.
wearing gloves. He's wearing a mask. He's wearing a hat.
Yep.
All right, with that said, let's talk about Florida and their COVID situation because that shit sucks.
I don't think they care.
Yeah, the
No,
others
no,
don't
no,
care.
no. I think okay, no, I don't think most people care. There are people who care. It's just most, including the politicians that are dumb as shit.
I don't think
Dude, I
it's
think
the
they
politics
understood
dumb
it.
as shit. It just
Dude,
you
they're
appeal to the more
Florida,
people.
like the governor. I think it's the senator or the governor of Florida, publicly
It's
said
the
the N
center.
word.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the
DeSantis.
no mask thing. Yeah, I remember that.
DeSantis. That dude's publicly said the N word. That's how backwater their state is.
But it's supported by
Well,
Trump
that's-
administration. But the thing is that it's supported by the Trump administration, isn't it? Or was it not?
It's still Republican state.
Yeah, but I
Dude,
remember it being like
Dude, if it's
backed by
white
Trump
trash,
heavily.
it's Trump supported.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
shit.
if it's Republican supported, then yeah.
The thing
Well,
is, like,
Republicans
the thing is,
tested.
like, it's more of the save face kind of like idea. Just like, obviously now they know they fucked up, but they can say like, oh, as a politician, I fucked up. That basically lose credibility and all that shit. They don't want that to happen. So what they decide to do, or what they think is a good idea, is just like, well, I'm right. Listen to me. Which, admittedly, not a smart idea when you have a pandemic going on. But, like, they basically what they're trying to do right now is just save face, and that's it. They are not even concerned if they're, like, their state citizen will die. They're just like, well, I know I fucked up, so what? I was right at the time, or whatever, so they don't want to admit they are actually wrong. That's, like, I believe the whole thing. Like even
But
though, like,
even in the
yeah. It's
But even
not
in the
too
time,
yeah. No, like right now he doesn't give a shit anymore. Since people are gonna die anyways, and he already fucked up when it's like the most important to like keep everyone inside of that. He can just keep saying this shit. Eventually, either everyone die out or everyone have built up herd immunity, and that's it. It's to the point that like Florida has basically became a self-sustaining state that no one give a shit about. That's kind of true since start, but now it's even more because you can't. He already fucked up when like 4th of July. He didn't close any beach. The beach is packed as shit. Like people are next to each other. It looked like a sardine can for fuck's sake. And then like they didn't close by then. By now it's like if one of them have fucking coronavirus at that beach, everyone in there is basically fucked. In that case, there's no
What actually
point.
happened, Joey, though.
Yeah, exactly. So there's actually no point to
What
like.
actually happened too.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason. Like, since they are all fucked, like thousands of people, tens of people, maybe even like maybe have to save for fuck's sake for that beach. Like, if all the people are gonna die or at least get corona at least once, there's no point for apologizing or no point to admitting he's wrong because he's already fucked up. The only thing that would happen when he apologized is just like, oh, he fucked up. Oh, that's look bad for a politician, and he don't want that to happen.
Well, after this whole thing's gonna blow over like in a year or two. Well, okay, here's the thing with COVID first. We don't know if we have complete immunity.
Oh no, you
especially,
don't. You don't.
Especially with Florida. It's still too young. of a
No, you
phase
don't.
that
No,
we
no, no,
can
no,
do.
no. They already confirmed. Like China already did experimentation about like coronavirus. So you know, like when you get like some like especially those kind of extreme virus, you get antibody right for the virus.
Yeah.
That's like for T cell and other. If you learn biology, you should know. It just like the antibody basically it started in Wuhan. So they keep testing Wuhan people because they are like the first batch. They basically became the lab rat of the entire world first. After there's the Wuhan outbreak died down, they keep testing the antibody like again and again and again and again just in case like if you can get a vaccine or not because antibody is one way to make vaccine. After 2 months of the first batch who recovered from coronavirus, the antibody is gone. There's no more antibody in the body. So what it means is they can actually get reinfected with coronavirus after 2 months. There are vaccines, like there are already vaccines in China and probably in the US already, but those vaccines are more to the terms of
U.S.
Short-
vaccine is almost done.
yeah, those
barely.
vaccines are not long term. Those
Not
are-
long term, apparently.
You
I
do
think they're
realize-
still testing it still.
No. China had a vaccine like way back when, but they only use it on the military. The reason is not because like, oh, China is bad, don't want to share the vaccine to the world. It's because they only last 2 months. If we give you a vaccine that said, oh, it will only last 2 months, Trump's gonna say it's gonna last like forever, and he's gonna give everyone the vaccine or whatever, and then let it reopen. In 2 months, there's gonna be another outbreak. So China don't want to release it because they already threatened to sue China about the whole coronavirus thing. So they don't want to get any more traction, but they started testing the military and stuff. It lasts for 2 months. The one that you guys developed, but there's no. If there is a vaccine coming out in a few weeks, don't fucking take that. The testing is not enough. Do you know how long it takes for like an actual good vaccine that's actually safe to use and will work to develop? It's 3-4 years. Like a good vaccine takes 3-4 years. Even if you're extremely lucky, after the 4th phase of medical testing trials, it basically takes 3-4 years to test actually good, usable medicine. Medicine is in the case that you are accepting the fact there will be side effects. Vaccine, when there's side effects, you are gonna get a virus and you're gonna fucking die if you have compromised immunity. So don't take the vaccine if it came out 2-3 weeks. It's pure fucking lie. If they say it will work 100% of the time and it will keep you safe forever, and the vaccine gonna come out 2-3 weeks, that's bullshit. This is purely just for the political game because election's coming up. It looked good for Trump if Trump came out with a fucking vaccine, but obviously no, it doesn't work like that. China.
Well, you got to remember, right now Trump is just trying to scramble for his recovery, and that politically means that if he finds out a vaccine, people are gonna praise him and Fauci and all his administration or whatever the fuck it is for finding the vaccine, and then some kind of recovery will be in place. And he'll try to put, and with that, no, and here's the thing, and with that vaccine, even though it's temporary, like for 2 to 3 months, he's still gonna try to push for the economy, and he's still gonna try to reestablish what he had. Remember, he's trying to scramble his forces for just trying to maintain his current power in either Arizona, Florida, and I think it was Texas. I think he's trying to scramble just to find his allies.
I think it's Texas. Yeah.
I'm in a firm belief that if you're above the age of 60, if you attempt to get involved in politics, you should be executed. When you're above the age of 60, your brain, it's literally biology that your brain starting to decay after your age of 60. Like, your brain are slowly decaying, even though you could be the smartest fucking guy alive. When you're getting older and older, you will be, like, you are starting to detach from society. That's a fucking fact. You can't argue that, oh, he's older, but he was smart. Old people don't learn as well as younger people. That is in 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. They don't learn as much because their brain are decaying out of fucking biology. If you're above the age of 60 and you're arguing for the fact that I should be the president or I should be a senator, you can be the mayor. Yeah, you can be a mayor. I don't care because mayor doesn't really do that much shit. Not in this case, for fuck's sake. But like, you could be a mayor, but you should never be in a high level of political value. If you want to strive for that, you should be executed. You're putting your old worldview from fucking like before back in the days into the new world that you don't even know half the technology what's for. You don't even know what a computer can do. Like, that's a gap between like a 6-year-old and a 10-year-old. And why the fuck are you making any rules or laws, for the matter of fact? If you're about to age of 60, you shouldn't even be allowed to get any political leverage, especially in the higher ups. You can be a mayor, you can be like a town spokesperson, you can be like that level. That's it. If about age of 60, don't let him be anywhere up, like any higher. This includes Biden. Biden's fucking 80. He's senile as fuck. Like, seriously, you trust him to be the president of the United States? I look at him, I feel like he's just gonna fucking die on the spot. Like, he can't even distinguish half the stuff he's saying. He literally say the only way to say America is really like Trump. That's how fucking senile he is. Really? You trust him? Trump is also the same thing. There's no like straight piece of like information out of his mouth. Half the things spill out of his mouth is shit. Like seriously, those two are 70 years old that senile as fuck that don't know shit, and you trust them to the president. Why can't we choose someone who's 40 or 50? Like you can say, oh, Obama didn't do shit, but at least he recovered the economy. Before he get it from the Bush administration run dry to the 2008 the market crash. He take over. At least U.S. looks good right now. For fuck's sake. Choose someone that's below the age of 60 in the 40-50 range, and that will actually help. Don't choose someone that's like they might shit their pants one day because their brain's shutting down when they are sleeping.
You know, the shitty thing is that we actually had a candidate who was under 60 in the Democratic Party. Andrew Yang. That's 45
Well,
years
he's
old.
Asian.
Okay, so let's talk about this. No, okay, so let's talk about this firsthand. Joey, your idea is not a bad one, don't get me wrong, but it's the same ideology as Brave New World from freshman year, if you remember.
Yes,
it's kind of like
that's
the whole
great.
idea, like, you die or you don't get involved in society, and that's kind of the problem.
No. That's not what I'm saying. You can be involved in society when you're 60, 70.
That's just from Brave New World. That's from Brave New World.
No, it's not. The thing is, I'm not saying when you're above the age of 60, you should be executed. I'm saying if you attempt to be in such a power, and you try to gain so much power for like presidency or politics, you should be executed because you clearly have something wrong with your fucking brain. What makes you think you're like smart enough that everyone else that's younger than you may not have as much experience as you, but they are at least not, their brain are not decaying out of their fucking skull. That's the only, like, if you're 60, 70, you are a great contribution to the world. You can still work. 60, 70, like, retirement age, like, sometimes can be 70 or 80. When you're about the 60 and 70 year old gap, you are not completely useless. In fact, you are a great thing. You're a great source of information from what we need to learn from the history. But you should never let those same people be in a position of power that they can control the fucking world. You should never let them to do that. They can be involved in the society in a good way, but this is not a good way. When you put them in a position of power, you are fucked. We are all fucked.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Don't get me wrong, but it's just more the idea of like, if you're also aiming for the president, you also have to aim for the senators, which also means you have to aim for any political figure in what's that center.
No, I'm saying like anywhere close to like Senate or president. Like if you're at like a higher up level of power, you shouldn't let anyone above the age of 60. You don't want a president that's below age of 35 to also make an upper limit around like 60, 70. Don't stop at like making like you can't let young people be a president. Make it also can't let old people be a president. What's wrong with that? There's a gap for like like president election you have to be above the age of 35, but there's no upper limit. Biden's 80. How the fuck you let an 80-year-old rule a fucking country?
Okay, I get what you're saying, but you have to also consider the fact that if you do take out the president just for his age, you also take out the Senate, which is super large, and you also take out the House. You're basically diminishing the government from all of its previous conditions and power.
Exactly.
You also have to do the
committed heresy.
Yeah, because I'm
Joe
pretty
just like
sure.
Admits to committed heresy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Gio, but isn't the Supreme Court? It's a lifetime, right?
Supreme Court's not a lifetime.
It's not a lifetime. It's term, but it's term, but it's heavily concerned with the Senate, the House, and the president.
Yeah.
And I think the Supreme Court is just a very long term, then, isn't it?
Well, it's 4 years.
Well, the thing is that people are more focused on the Senate, the House, and the presidency, but what they don't realize is how important the Supreme Court is, because the Supreme Court is the one who actually gets to judge whether laws should be laws or not, based off is it constitutionally correct.
Basically, the last.
Okay.
So they're like the last line of defense.
Yeah.
They're like the last line of defense for passing.
So the thing about the Supreme Court, and I get why it doesn't get much attention, is because it's heavily, even though yes, you're right, it does imply all these laws and all these stuff, but you have to realize that all those appointed to the Supreme Court are heavily implied by either the Senate, the House, and the presidency. So we basically have no kind of like information for any other outer source outside of just those main sources, and we can't really get those people out unless some other.
You know what's weird? The Supreme Court term is like 17 years.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
That's really
It's
long.
really long.
I don't think a lawyer
Unless they no.
can retire.
Okay. Yeah, you can retire. You can retire. There's a few people that retired. Yeah, there's a few.
Let me see. The last time the Supreme Court just announced his retirement is a presidential election. Most of the current justices were too young to vote. The conservative Thomas had made it clear to anyone who has asked, including an interview last year, that he has no plans to retire. Well, how old are the Supreme Court people, actually? I have no idea.
They're pretty old. They're pretty old. I think they're like 70 or 60s.
Yeah, exactly. Let's put it this way. 17 years ago.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely 60 and 70. Just looking at a picture of them.
Look, think about this. You have Supreme Court. Last land of defense. 17, the term is 17 years or whatever. 17 years ago. Let's see. 2003. Do you have a computer that can do whatever the hell we do right now? No. Do we have like half the stuff we have, the technology-wise, that we do, and they probably don't learn about it? There are so much shit that happened in 10 years, 4 years. 4 years ago, we don't even have like iPhone that can do like what a computer can. Like 8 years ago, I'm sorry, 2008. Like no, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we don't have like half the stuff we have right now. Like seriously, why do you trust someone that's been on the term for so long? They probably get comfort, like they are slowly gaining comfort when they are just like sitting there doing whatever the shit they do for the past so long. Like you are trusting so many people that you can't even tell if they learn the new world at all. You are the new technology. They probably don't even have the shit. Why do you trust them to do anything?
Okay, this is the conversation that we had last time about in the first podcast. This is the same exact situation. It's tradition. Remember, this is all constitutional. This is all the things that we established in the first part of the 17th century.
And as you said, as you said, Supreme Court is supposed to be the last line of defense. So why can't the Supreme Court change a fucking law?
They can't do it.
Oh,
it's tradition, dude. It's just the fact that we've been so clinging to the Constitution and our tradition of the tradition of our idealism of freedom has basically blinded us that we've basically become something that we in the first part were supposed to get away from, and we've become basically the oppressors instead of the liberators.
See, tradition is good, but whatever the fuck we are like talking about the tradition right here, it's not really even a tradition. The idea that like you should have a limit for the age, it's not even accepted by the fucking amendments. What president could and could not be. It's not even established by the amendments until later on. Literally, the latest one of the fucking amendments, like what? It's like 1960s, 1980s. Seriously? That's called tradition? The tradition lasts about like what? 100 years? 40 years? Seriously? That's our tradition?
Wait, what?
You said those laws are tradition. What's the last amendment that gets established?
Let me see.
The last
amendment. The last amendment.
I think it was 70s.
Amendment.
Is it 70s?
Latest
amendment of 1981. The 27th Amendment is to the United States Constitution, prohibits any laws that increase or decrease the salaries of members of Congress from taking effect until the start of the next set of terms of office for representatives.
See, they are making laws to benefit them fucking selves. You can't tell me it's tradition. You can't tell me that's tradition. You literally cut my tradition in half. I thought the last one was like 40, 50 years ago. It's literally 30 years ago. They made some law benefit them fucking selves. And you tell me that's tradition. You say, well, it's tradition. Is that what you're saying?
Oh,
A
wait,
tradition
it
to
was
cling to
wait,
it.
it
That's
was
a tradition you
ratified in
cling to it?
Yeah, because look at. Okay,
Wait, no,
Joey, look how.
What? Okay, actually, there's actually more about this amendment. It's actually not ratified in 1981. It was 1992. But this was proposed originally in September 25, 1789.
See,
That's a
it's
long time ago.
that's a long ass time ago, dude. They're basically just renewing old laws that should have been in place hundreds of years ago. And I say tradition and all this stuff
Exactly
is
the
because
fucking point. You said it yourself. They're renewing the laws that should be in place 100 years ago. 100 years ago, we should know we shouldn't trust anyone above the age of fucking 60. We should know that already. If you're old, a senile piece of shit, you shouldn't trust them in the office. If they're already senile enough, they don't even know they can't even preach their own objective while they're getting elections. You shouldn't let him in the office. You trust that dude with a nuclear code? Really?
I get what you're saying. Look, I don't
Renew the
disagree with
fucking
you. I
law.
don't like Andrew Yang, like how Vincent said earlier, he was a good candidate. Like he had no dirt on him. He was really young and he was actually really smart. I met the
Yeah.
dude. He's actually not that bad.
Because Democrats are
The
fucking
thing is
stupid
that-
now.
Look, the thing is that this is the whole government is basically weighed on just the elder part of society. They're the ones that decide the politics. They're the ones that are basically in control of all political power. They're the ones that are in control of the economy since they've been around the longest. It's all connected together that the older generation is always going to have more power than the younger since they have less experience, less power, less money, whatever the case may be, but they don't have the same power as the elderly do.
Now,
And
correct me if
and
I'm
if
wrong.
you really think about it too, Gio, in like 20 years, they are going to be the 60-year-olds. Like Andrew Yang.
Exactly. And by that time, it's already too late.
Yeah, it's like a continuous process.
No. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you change the law fucking right now, I don't see how that's not gonna like take effect. And I don't know. Look, comparatively, young people are like population-wise. People below the age of 50 is for sure more than the people before over the age of 60s, right? Right? If
Yeah.
there's way more under 50 and above 18 in that case is voting, right? 18 to 50 is for sure more than 50 under 60 to death, right? Why can't we change the fucking law with just the younger people? Oh wow, they are all 60s. So what? If you have the majority of the country up in arms, I don't see how they can stay in the office. Was there a fire under their ass? If there's a fire under their ass claiming that you cannot no longer be the controlling power for the nation, I don't see why they can't change. Or why can't we change it? Seriously? Are we that weak? We really need 60, 70-year-old tell us what to do? They don't get me wrong.
They're the ones in authority. That's why, and that's the thing that the majority was scared of. Don't get me wrong, Joey. I don't disagree with you. I don't like the system we have right now. It's all connected and it's all corrupt. Don't trust me. I know that. But the thing is that most of our generation, especially around our age or even like a few years over, are too ignorant and too stupid to realize that we're the ones being affected by their shit. Don't get me wrong. I know that. But most of these other people won't. Think of it this way. People who are high schoolers or even college students, do they have their attention on that? No. They have their attention on the future. They don't take part of what there is in the present or what there is in the present and how it's affecting them. They don't check the laws. They don't check what the policies are. They don't check anything. All they really care about is that if they could live, if they could get rich, or if they could be comfortable later on in life. That's all they care about.
See, the idea of you caring about what you can get in the future or what you can accomplish in the future really heavily ties to what a ruling class, supposedly, because right now it's basically a fucking kingdom right now. Like, it's really highly tied to the ruling class of the country. You can't get rich when the country is fucking gone. You can't be healthy. You can't live another day when this fucking retard is starting war, gonna start war left and right.
And people are barely starting to realize that, Joey. People, don't get me wrong, people are still stupid about this. Think of it how like Florida is. They're still being ignorant as shit. But now some people are starting to realize that it needs to change. Don't get me wrong. Some people are, some people aren't. People are just being ignorant. People are just being more open-eyed. It's the fact that we have these guys in power right now, and we can't change that right now. Because even though we're the majority, even though we have a lot of numbers, we don't have the power.
Now, Black Lives Matter was like one of the biggest thing that happened for like last month. Now,
it's still going on.
Yeah, right. It's not as potent as a few weeks ago, but when those are all young people. You don't see a 6-year-old white dude running outside and then start screaming Black Lives Matter. You can see maybe 6-year-old dude trying to guide the right way for the Black Lives Matter movement because it's good, and you don't want young people to start to riots left or right. That's good. See, I'm not saying 6-year-old and above are stupid. They give good advice and stuff, but they shouldn't be in Republicans. I said, but you don't see as much old people either because they're afraid of coronavirus or they are just on the other side of the movement, which is just piece of shit movement. You have those people, those young people that are able to make some changes to the system, to the country, by going outside and proclaiming their fucking message. Now, is it so hard to do the same for other parts of the fucking system? I don't think so.
It's not, but it's more like we don't put light onto them. Think of it this way: we don't put any light into it until there's some kind of disaster, and there hasn't been any disaster so far that has been major to really bring out all these laws and policies and all these traditions that seem illegitimate, corrupt, or some kind of
just outdated at some points.
Yes, exactly. But people don't realize that yet because they don't have the light because they're not getting the attention. Think of it this way: how many 20-year-olds or how many young adults, like around 18 to 20 or 18 to like 28, do you see like being politically like involved? You see none.
In actual politics?
Yeah, you see very little to none.
AOC.
I think Andrew Yang is like barely the first of the new generation that might be coming in, but it depends. It's a turning point. We don't know. We don't know if it's a turning point.
45. So
he's 45.
He's at the millennial. Like he's at the brink of the millennial, I believe.
You do realize,
but he's been kind of like politically involved for a while though.
I love the fact that we have a racial fucking bias when we come to electing a president.
He's like a millennial, I believe.
Yeah, I remember him running for 2016.
No. He's 6 years off. He does hit that demographic a bit more though. I think he's like a Generation Z. I mean Generation Y at that point.
Well, he's more open-minded. That's the thing.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
But my point, we don't have anybody really young involved in politics because we don't bring that much light into it. We don't bring in like how the policies are or how fucking shitty or how outdated they are to either the local level, the state level, or the federal level. We don't bring that into light because there's not really any disaster that we could point out. Or it's because of the fact that people just don't want to know. People just don't want to hear that stuff. Like how the ICE thing, the whole ICE situation. People have been knowing about ICE for a long time, but they haven't realized like how cruel it is until recently.
See, that's the issue. When you have,
I heard ICE
have like several things going on right now, but you have the issue of.
They got sued.
Well, yeah, they got sued. But like when you have a disaster related to, like the country, like a disaster on the level of presidency or anywhere around the area, when you have a disaster related to that, we are screwed. When there's a disaster happening because we have an incompetent president that started something that's considered a disaster that everyone can recognize it, we are fucked. when we already on a country level and then we have a disaster, we are actually fucked. Coronavirus wasn't that big of a disaster, and half people don't even realize it. It's basically Trump that fucked us all up. Like when we have that, we don't even get up our arms. What do we need? We need to start a war, and then we will get recognized. Oh, we are fucked because of the president. Is that what we need? In that case, why do we need to change the law? We should just off ourselves right now.
Look, like I said, this. Trust me, it's not. It's a problem with both our generations. It's the problem that we let the older generation control us, and as the younger generation, we don't do much about it as a whole. We have individuals that do it. Don't get me wrong. I think now, we started having newer and younger politicians into place, on a local level.
Yeah, younger candidates that want to actually voice their opinions and what should actually be going on with our society.
Yeah, but also the thing is that we let the older generation take that power from them. And the thing is that the older people tend to shame us because we're either unexperienced or radical or something like that.
But we never really even took that to heart. Do we
Exactly.
ever?
They destroy, but
Do
that's
we
the
ever?
point. They
Do we
destroy us at
ever?
the sun.
Yeah.
They don't destroy us for shit. They can't destroy us for shit. All they do is bicker, and that's all they do to make sure we don't rise up or whatever. They don't do shit. Now why the fuck are we so afraid? That's my question. Why the fuck are we so afraid? Why can't we do anything? We didn't do shit for so long. We have President Trump on the spot, and we're gonna have Biden for fuck's sake. None of them are good. None of them are good apple. Both of them are rotten inside and out. Really?
What about Kanye?
For fuck's sake, that dude is a retard.
He's not any better, dude. He's so much fucking worse.
Dude, Kanye's anti-vaccine.
Exactly.
That's basically saying, fuck COVID, I'd rather die.
You trust in
Bring
fucking
that bird
prayer.
back and I'm gonna fucking shoot that back at you, Kev. Come on.
I'm surprised that he's actually running.
No.
He dropped. He already dropped.
Yeah, I doubt he was gonna.
He already dropped already.
Dude, in the first week, half of his shit was exposed, and he got fucking flamed.
Yeah.
Such a great move for his career.
That's the thing about politics is
We're
that
gonna hate him for this.
the moment you get involved in politics, you are already gonna have so many people researching you.
Yeah.
Or someone shitty shading you.
Okay, so if you Joe Rogan for the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, he gave an endorsement to Bernie Sanders because Bernie Sanders was a wholesome guy. Almost immediately, everyone was digging shit on him. Almost immediately.
Exactly.
What? You remember
also-
that one?
Actually, you know what? That whole thing about people digging dirt on you is actually what makes Bernie Sanders so popular. Because no one's found dirt on him. That's what makes him so popular.
He's actually pretty clean.
Well, Bernie's just out front about all his shit. That's why too. He's just like, look, I have my opinions, and that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
There's nothing really else to it.
The reason he doesn't win is because he's a goddamn socialist. That's it.
It's true.
But to be honest, if you have such an opposing force, because Bernie is fucking basically a commie, and then if you have a commie against Trump, it's a really good opposing force that you actually might actually even have a higher chance of winning. I'm not even kidding. You might actually have a higher chance of winning when you have a senile piece of shit Joe Biden on the stand with Trump. Seriously? He don't know that he called an AR-15 that's literally in everyone's mouth AR-14. It was Trump, for fuck's sake, in his speech. Why the fuck did you pick him? Why the fuck did you pick him as a Democrat? Really? Really? Can't you find a better guy?
That's why I lost so much faith into the Democratic Party. It's because literally they had one good candidate, and he lost almost immediately. Andrew Yang did not get very far. Their top candidates were Biden, who was a crook, Sanders, who was a commie, and Warren, who was basically on 24/7.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's look at the similarities to each one of them. What do they all have in common?
They're old as shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're all that shit.
And they have a lot of power.
and they're white as shit.
Not true.
That's true too.
And then and the Black Lives Matter movement's like, oh yes, Biden, fuck yeah. Seriously, you have white dude as president for what? 500 years?
Actually,
Well,
explain
Biden,
why
what he was.
the reason why people like Biden,
Biden.
because in his previous years, Biden was considered a moderate, which is basically means that he's part of the Democratic Party, but was very flexible. Biden is no longer a moderate. People just realize that.
Biden is he is gonna accidentally give out a nuclear code in 2 days when he became the president. I hate the fact that Democrats choose such a horrible candidate. Really? Seriously?
The other thing with Biden too is that he basically switches sides very often as well.
Yeah.
Whatever
Because he
fits his
wants to get
agenda.
everybody's
So
vote.
If you want to get a vote.
because he basically you at the end point you really don't know what he stands for.
Not only that,
I don't-
he is going up Trump. If Trump pull his bullshit of like getting number out of his ass, Biden gonna shut down on the spot. I'm not even kidding. Like,
Yeah.
what was it? Like, New York Times have an article suggesting Biden have to have a fact checking team on the spot for the presidential debate. Are you fucking serious? Really? They don't have that last time. You have to give him such a handicap for him to even debate with Trump. And you expect him to fucking win? Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? It's good news that Biden don't die before the election, because for God's sake, his age, he can die any second.
He's 80, I think. Yeah.
He's 80. We already picked a 70. That's oldest president ever, and we tried to refresh our record in 4 years. My God.
But that's what I'm saying. Look, they're not gonna pick the younger generation anytime soon. They're not gonna pick Andrew Yang for whatever reason it may
Maybe
be.
like
Yeah, and then we will have Trump again. No, we will have Trump in another 4-year term, because Biden cannot win for shit. Biden cannot win for shit because he can. For the love of God, if he don't die, that's a miracle. And if he die, we might actually have a better candidate than Biden. Like, I'm not even kidding.
who's
If Biden,
Biden's actual vice? Who's his running up right now?
I don't
I think
know.
it's Warren. I thought it was Warren. He asked Warren, but
He's not going
Is
to
it
be
Warren?
People, because a lot of Biden supporters want Biden to have a black running mate.
That might actually help. Not
What's his
even
run?
kidding.
I think that will actually help him a lot.
Yeah.
it
So,
is gonna be if he
I
has one.
think number one choice right now is Kamala Harris.
Oh, Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, that black chick at the beginning of the
Yeah.
primary.
Yeah, because I was looking at a picture of her right now. Like, yeah, she's a black woman, right?
Yeah, she's black.
It's a good choice.
It's a good choice, but at the same time, as I
It's
said,
basically just gonna support him though.
if Biden don't die, that's a miracle. If Biden don't die, that would be a fucking miracle. And if he actually didn't die, he is not gonna last like in the presidential debate, even in that aspect. Trump gonna rip into
See,
him.
it'll be fun.
What?
It'll be funny if he actually wins his presidency and he dies the first week.
I'm not surprised.
We've had
He's
that
80.
before. We've had somebody die.
Well, I think that was
Yeah.
that was William Henry Harrison, I believe.
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
Roosevelt too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Roosevelt is different.
Roosevelt.
He's
yeah,
a
Theodore
fourth term.
Roosevelt, yeah. Yeah, well, he already did 12 years of 12 years of president.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that doesn't really count.
Yeah, he doesn't count. He did 12
I
years
think he
already.
did die.
And as soon as the jury were about to lose, he died.
Yeah.
And and then it was up to Truman to drop the bomb, and Truman dropped it twice.